way, where the hell is everybody gone?
I am on here saying goodbye to you.
The death of this YouTube platform is what it feels like.
I'm finally ready to say goodbye.
I am coming to you today with Leo Lyon's last video.
Luxury YouTube being over.
Have you ever been at a party where you're just having such a good time and you're dancing away and you haven't noticed that the lights have come on, the music is quietening down and everybody has gone home apart from you? That is kind of how I feel here on Luxury YouTube right now.
Is luxury YouTube dead? The rise of luxury YouTubers over the past decade has been a phenomenon and has taken the platform by storm, showing off designer bags, clothing hauls, and providing makeup tutorials. These creators have amassed large followings and created a new form of content that was previously unheard of. Personally, I've been watching luxury YouTubers for, let's say, maybe about 5 or 6 years, and my favorites have always been Sophie Shohei, Tamara, Lindy's, Victoria McGrath, there's Maria, Super Day Cup, and my goodness, Erica's Girly World is just so funny, I love her. Going back, thinking about it, I would say that all of these unboxings, the hauls, and especially those really large Chanel hauls that we're talking about, it really got me curious and inspired, and I really enjoyed watching them. I guess it was more of that time where I was able to manifest, and I was manifesting my own dreams to have my own Chanel and Dior bag. It was all so new that it had that nice fresh feeling to it. However, in recent days, most of these channels had a stunt in their growth.
I think luxury itself is going to find it a bit more difficult over the next while with what's going on in the world.
And many feel as though the content has been less relevant in today's world.
The content is gone, almost, you know? It's over. It's boring.
This sentiment was echoed by Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, who claim that YouTube is dead. Additionally, the sharing of luxury goods and hauls is now considered insensitive in the current economy, further contributing to the decline of these channels. I would say that in today's climate, the biggest currency on the online space is time. And as a creator myself, our main focus is to be able to engage the audience and keep them around for as much as possible. And how long can we keep an audience engaged? Because the more someone spends time on your channel, the bigger the channel gets. And the bigger the channel gets, there's more opportunities and growth as the creator. And it looks like to me that when it comes to luxury content in the traditional sense, where we look at these luxury hauls, we look at these shopping vlogs, and we look at all of these new things that are happening at the time, where all of this was so novel to us, it's all become a bit too frequent and I guess in a way a bit boring. As in, what I mean is that it's become lackluster to me. So whenever I see someone unbox a new Chanel bag, which is the classic flat, I don't get the same excitement for it that I used to see it when I would watch it maybe 5 years ago. And this is where watching luxury YouTube content has become a point of, the more that we spend time watching this, the less returns and sparking joy that it's giving back to us. And are we reaching a point of diminishing returns? So the definition of the law of diminishing returns is a principle stating that the profits or benefits gained from something will represent a proportionally smaller gain as the more money or energy is invested in it. So at the beginning, luxury YouTube was the new input, and it was so new and fresh. We all spent more time watching, and the output was we felt happy and it sparked joy. Even up to the point where we may purchase our own luxury items, and what further sparked the joy was because we're enjoying the luxury in our own time as well as in the online space and conversation. Now, I would say that we are in this yellow phase where the more time we spend watching luxury YouTubers out of habit, we don't get the same satisfaction that we used to. We may start to feel numb to unboxings because the luxury we may have bought during the time, we already achieved our wish lists. And the classic bags and staple items have become so saturated on YouTube, Instagram and TikTok that we don't have that new and spark joy moment anymore. And this is probably where I'm at. I've been super blessed to be able to have a Chanel classic flat, and I have my Lady Dior, and I adore the both of them because I love the history behind the both of them, and I love stories associated with anything that I do, whether it is an item or having a community and the belief involved in it. And to be really honest, these were the only 2 bags that were on my wish list. For me, when it comes to luxury bags, I'm afraid I haven't been able to add any more to my list than just those 2 bags, and that was actually all that I wanted, and mainly because I haven't haven't seen that much interest in the other items. And eventually in the graph of diminishing returns, we get to this red part where we spend more time watching luxury YouTube, and the more time we spend on there, we may end up getting the opposite of sparking joy, and it becomes a negative return. And is this the time and place where luxury YouTubers are just beginning to quit left, right, center? And with the rise of TikTok content, it's had an impact on the relevance of long-form video content. Viewers are now more interested in short, snappy videos that provide quick entertainment rather than in-depth tutorials and hauls. And this really brings the question of whether YouTube is relevant anymore, and a lot of people are questioning this, whether YouTube is dead. But here's my opinion on this. I don't actually think YouTube is dead. I actually think that is evolving. So it's important to note for me that luxury in YouTube specifically, I don't think that it's dying. I think that is evolving into something new. And many creators who have been on the platform for years have evolved their content to stay relevant and continue their growth for their audience. I think for now in luxury YouTube, we haven't seen that change just yet. I think people are wondering what's going to happen. And even for me, I've started to change the type of content I've been making as well, because a lot of people want to know more opinions and in-depth views of what I think about certain topics. So other examples I would say out there that are not necessarily luxury YouTube related, but are more, I guess, what I've seen so far in my algorithm and who I watch. I have seen examples of YouTubers such as Wenji, and I originally watched her because she had a gorgeous and cute aesthetic. She talked about makeup, fashion, lifestyle, and she actually evolved quite drastically, and she ended up making kids content, and it was really super fun and colorful. It's so happy and vibrant, and I think she was doing amazing. If you keep looking at her content, you would notice that she didn't keep making the same content over and over again. She actually actively adapted and grew with the kids as her audience and as they aged into teenagers. And that's when she started to make more teen related videos to really adapt with her audience and grow with them. Another YouTuber I watch is Michelle Phan, and she is the OGs of all makeup and beauty. And she creates makeup tutorials and more how-to videos for makeup and skincare. Most of her audience were teenagers, including me at the time, and this was running from about 2007, 2008. And all of us as teens, as we became into our late teens, early 20s, that's where she started to make more content about finding internships, more about relationships, more about having an education, giving more of that older sister vibe out there. And even now, to this current day, she's adapted her content again, because most of us are in our late 20s and early 30s. She starts to talk more about more relevant topics of today, more about the economy, more about lifestyle, more about what happens when your skin ages, because she's already aged as well. And she talks about really interesting topics that you begin to talk about when you are just growing up as an adult. And that's how she's managed to just stay so relevant after so many years. And she's been around for 15 years on YouTube. So to all of my fellow content creators out there, YouTube is not dead, it's evolving. And the key to stay relevant or to keep striving forward is to focus on your core value and extend it beyond the what you know and the how-to videos, but rather focus on the why behind your channel and intentions behind the content you create. By doing so, you're going to really refine into what your message is going to be for the world. And with that message, you're going to be able to evolve, continue to grow, and find different audiences, but project that same message along. So just to conclude, while the growth of luxury YouTubers may have slowed down, the platform isn't dying, it's evolving. And I will say that again, the platform isn't dying, it's evolving. And the creators who adapt and refine the message will continue to see growth and relevance in the space. And my question is for you as the audience is, what do you think the luxury YouTube space is going to be like, and what do you think it's going to evolve into? If you enjoyed today's video, then check out my next video on why you may be feeling ugly. So click over here and I will see you there. Bye.